Hi, my beautiful friends. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for all the likes, shares, and subscriptions. You guys are amazing. So I just wanted to give you a quick update as we enter Leo season. You will definitely be getting both general, right, career spiritual readings as well as love readings this month, I promise, okay? Last month was the only month I was going to take off from that. Also, soul medicine, which I introduced last month, is now live on my site, and you can book it right through there, so you don't even have to email me. That service includes the soul spread, as well as 5 channeled custom affirmations, as well as a candle designed to send all energy that is not yours back to its original place. I believe I also added to my site that you can just purchase 5 channeled affirmations like a la carte, like if you just wanted affirmations. I'm pretty sure I put that in there. If I didn't, email me. That's on my list of things to add to the site. Also, as a sidebar, so as you probably noticed, all my comments are approval only. That's so that I can read them all and screen people that are like, not being kind. With that being said, you guys are free people and obviously you're allowed to cross-watch all you want. However, do you really think it's kind for you to be leaving slanderous comments on someone that you're cross-watching? So when people of that actual sign go to watch the video for themselves, have to look at your comments, honestly, it's been Capricorn, calling Capricorn this kind of bitches and hoes and whatever. Don't do that because I'm never going to approve your comment. So you're just wasting your time, okay? And it's not because there aren't people that are, irritating or whatever. It's just that the video that is for the people of their sign, that's their safe space. That's their space to go and look at things. So please save your slanderous comments. Share the link to your homegirl or your dude that knows the drama and drop the comment there. I just don't need the shade. Also, some people have been asking why I don't show my face, or they want to see my face, or my nails are too focused in the videos, and I have news for you. I'm always going to paint my nails. I've always gotten my nails done for years and years, and it's something I love to do. So if you really find it that distracting, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to do anything to appease you. Also, I do not show my face because the readings are about the cards. Even my private clients know I do not show my face in their readings. My face is for these kind of discussions. And as the year goes on, probably closer to January, I will be doing more videos where I show my face, but I will not be using cards in those videos. When I channel information through cards, I don't like to have my eyes on camera. That's just my preference, and that's how it's going to be. Let's see. Anything else? I love you guys. Oh, anyone that has been a private client. I mean, I could email you directly, but I'm just going to put it here. Anyone that's been a private client, please, if you so wish, send me a testimonial on, a review of your reading. I know a lot of you do send me feedback, but I don't think it's appropriate for me to use your private email as a testimonial without your permission. So if you were a private client of mine and you would like to send me a testimonial for me to put on my website, please do. Okay, I would love to hear from you, and other people would as well, about your experiences with me. Intuitive counseling via Skype will be coming back soon. I have to move in September, October, so I just need time to settle myself before I get that back rolling, but that will be back rolling. The medicine box I talked about in another video will get jumped up probably before Christmas. And there will be a reading package where you get a soul reading and intuitive counseling as well. So there's a lot of new services coming, and I'm really excited to be here with you guys. If you're interested in being in contact with me more often than the twice monthly videos, Twitter is the best place to see like what information I'm channeling and just more of my personality and who I am. Twitter's the best place for that. Instagram would be next, and then Facebook would probably be like last on that list. I have Facebook strictly because I know a lot of people are on it, not necessarily because I use it. All right, let's get into Leo season. Bye. Capricorn, I'm getting the message of struggling to feel or struggling over your heart. That's struggling to feel energy. It actually looked like this to me. It's hard to let love in when you're being an ice queen or ice king, you know. And what's funny is a sword came up because before I could say anything and these cards fell out, the message I also got was like ice pick in your heart. I do not feel as though, that you put, that somebody else put it there. I think you put it there, Capricorn. For those of you that have iced someone out, or, you know, you could be getting iced out, but I feel as though you've iced yourself out. Even if somebody else iced you out, you did something in where you iced yourself out first. Like you made a decision that you were going to emotionally remove yourself from the scenario, or you're going to emotionally remove yourself from, you know, what a person or whatever. And now there's this disconnect because, you know, the Queen of Swords isn't always, you know, cold and unwelcoming or anything like that, you know, but in this case, that's exactly how I feel. And I have to tell you, Cap, like, the only thing, the reason that you need to take this ice pick out of your heart, and like I said, I believe that you placed it there yourself in some capacity, is because you're blocking your spiritual connection. Everything happens through the heart. In Leo season, the sign of the sun, okay, we're exalted right now. So you need to let this sun melt the ice. You have to. You have to turn the ice into the flowing river, okay? Look at that, see? With the Queen of Wands. You have to. You have to. Because whether it's the Queen of Wands that's bothering you, right? Or this person that you've iced out or they've iced you out, right? A fire sign, or a independent, creative type of person, a person that just like, you know, lives by their own accord and is very highly independent. The fire signs are always highly independent. If they've iced you out or you have iced them out, it is only then blocking your internal Queen of Wands, which is your ability to create from your heart. You know, like any ice or any walls or anything that you've done to keep love from another at bay, right? Whether subconsciously or consciously, only keeps, you know, love from another at bay. Only keeps love from, you know, from yourself and from source and from, you know, your higher self at bay. So there's a need to take responsibility this month, Capricorn, for your own happiness and allowing you to be happy because you made that decision, right? Queen of Swords makes decisions. Are you going to decide to let love in? Not for the other person's sake, or not because you haven't been hurt, or not because, you know, things haven't been tough, right? With Pluto there, but because you deserve love just like everybody else. Leo rules the heart. Okay, there's a need for your heart to beat at a lot higher of a rate, a lot higher of a, I want to say octave. Okay? There's nothing wrong, obviously, with being aware of our darkness and being aware of the things that really eat us up. But those are not the things that sustain us. Okay? They don't sustain us. Love sustains us. The sunshine sustains us, right? I mean, think about the plants, like literally in vitamin D, like we need it to live. Like, so there's need to come out of the cave, Capricorn, and receive this gift that's being offered to you from the universe. A lot of celestial events in August. So there's a need to come out and allow yourself to receive. All right, Cap. There's a lot going on here, my friends. A lot of extra cards decided to make their way out of here. And I had a couple storylines going, and then I put these runes down. And honestly, not that they don't further clarify things, but in this case, I think it added just more storylines, which is pretty interesting. But yeah, this is a lot. All elements are here. A lot of major arcanas. Yep, we have swords, cups, wands. Yep, yeah. There's a lot going on here. There's also a lot of people. But I don't necessarily think there's that many people involved in your life, Capricorn, in the sense that, like, they're close to you. Because, again, this goes back to icing out. This feels to me like It's like this is the landscape inside of you right now, Capricorn. And all of this, the stuff that I'm going to talk about, though it's manifested out in reality in some capacity, I think for the most part, this is like you playing scenarios with other people out internally. And you this month trying to decide how you can start over. Okay, how can you start over? The Fool. I also think some of you, not all, have been hesitant to like actually start over. And not that Capricorn's ever naive. Like, that's not the energy that I want to describe this as, but there's a level here of like not paying attention. Not paying attention. But not to what's in front of you. In reality, it's more of like not paying attention to your emotions. And you trying to force certain things in your life. Though this is a spiritual path and career reading, I do feel a love tone here in the sense of like, for those of you that have love interest in your life or have been having issues with your partner or your marriage or whatever, I do think that that is part of this. This feels very much like your day-to-day life that we're about to talk about. There's this need with the Fool to really go into territory you've never been before. And Pluto is in your sign, and it's really like, it's been there for a while, but it's like really asking you to do it differently and to let the shit go. Like, respectfully, like, you know, the Fool only has this little knapsack. He is not bogged down by baggage, okay? And he has the white rose with him. Like, he understands, like, that he can be born again and pure. You know what I mean? He has white dog, his guidance, right? Pure guidance. And he has all colors on him. He is fully, you know, enmeshed in all elements, so to speak, but he's at the beginning stage. Like, it's okay to not know. I know you don't think so, Capricorn, but it is. It's okay to not know. It's okay to just follow your gut. It's okay to just follow what your heart wants. This is Leo season. Follow what your heart wants, okay? And what you're being asked to leave behind in July, we have the Ace of Pentacles, which fell out with Strength. In the rune there is Future. And then we also have the Nine of Pentacles with the rune Victory. So I'm going to address the Nine of Pentacles first. I think there's a need, Capricorn, to remember that you don't need to do it all alone. And there can only be so much victory and so much abundance and so much success when one insists on going at it alone. Like, you'll always be independent. I think that's important to remind ourselves. I know I'm not a Capricorn, but I do have 3 planets there. And, you know, being another earth sign, like, I'm always, you know, we're always focused on how can we make more money? How can we work harder? How can we have more? And a lot of times our work pulls us away from community. It pulls us away from love. It pulls us away from fun. It pulls us away from friends. Especially if they're not after the same things that we're after. So I think it's important to remember that how valuable is an abundant, like, financial life if in pursuit of that financial life and that material security, you've lost everyone that you loved because you were so focused on gain. There's a feeling here of security with Strength and the rune Future. With the Ace of Pentacles and Strength, you know, being asked to let go, right? We're being asked to let go here of being always fixated on your next opportunity to make money, your next opportunity to have something, to hold something. It's like expecting the chicken before the egg type of deal. Like, there's been some things that you've been doing, Capricorn, to secure a future, a strong future, a strong foundation for future. But in reality, you're missing the opportunities that are presented to you right here in the moment that can actually build that strong future. But instead, you're going about it in a way of like force. Because sometimes with the Strength card, it talks about physical force. And you cannot force new opportunities to pan out in the future, especially in a particular type of way. Manifestation does not work like that. So there's a need to, one, just believe in your resiliency and believe that more is coming to you. There's a need to add faith back into the equation. And I know faith does not pay you and faith does not write a paycheck and whatever, but you need to take a step back. I know I addressed this with you guys a couple months ago. I think it was May maybe, about loosening your grip on your manifestations, allowing things to breathe. Because I think you've been doing a lot to be secure, especially as an individual. But in the meantime, your fixation on a certain type of future or securing the future for whatever reason why your future focus is actually hurting you more than helping you. There's a need to just focus right here, right now. Know that you are infinite and know that this moment is, years from now. And it's 20 years ago at the same time, There's a need to be patient. There's a need to not be so aggressive. Because if you truly believe that you are the Nine of Pentacles, right? That you are a strong, independent person that can create any amount of wealth and have everything that they need, then why do you need to aggressively go after more financial opportunity? You know what I mean? That's contradictory. And Sagittarius actually had a similar type of message. What you're being asked, or rather, what door is not open for you that was once closed? We have the Nine of Wands, clarified by the Five of Swords. And the rune here is prosperity. So again, there's a theme of money here. The Nine of Wands is all about being defensive, honestly. And having gone through so much that, again, there's this lack of trust. There's this lack of trust that, one, you even deserve the money or the abundance or the security. Two, that the people that say they're going to help you are actually going to help you. Like, right? So you have a hard time believing that, which is why you focus on doing it on your own and for yourself and whatever. But again, it's like, especially compared with the Five of Swords here, it's like you're so focused right now on protecting yourself and protecting what you have because you work so hard to have what you have, especially monetarily and physically, right? That, again, this goes back right with the sword and the ice pick thing. It turns into your relationships with people, your conversations with people, the people that care about you, not even necessarily like family and lovers, but even friends and acquaintances. It's like that defensiveness that you have, that Nine of Wands, that hesitant, waiting to swing, right? It's like you're waiting at the gates for anybody that comes for your castle. And through having that mentality around what you've earned and around the way you need to go about gaining more wealth, right? Because you're not done gaining. You want more and you need more and whatever, and that's fine. But you being so on guard creates conversation and dialogue with people, and also obviously ways of thinking that is very combative and is very much a lose-lose situation, because this feels a little bit to me like one of those kind of conversations where someone comes in to help you, right? Like a friend or, just anyone that, not like a total stranger, but someone comes in to help you and says, hey, I heard XYZ is going on. Do you want any help? And out of pride, you're just like, no, I'm all set. I got it under control. Like, I don't need any help. And, the person might be like, hey, but I know about, ABC that happened, even though, you didn't tell me. And then you just like jump down their throat for, being in their business. are being in your business. Now, I'm not saying, you know, that this can't happen in the reverse when you go try to help somebody and they don't want it. However, you know, that's not necessarily how I feel, but that could be applicable too. So remember, when we're defensive, we meet, you know, that like if we're trying to guard something, whether it be physical or non-physical, whether it be you're trying to guard yourself emotionally or trying to guard yourself from change, right, which is on a spiritual level. But this really feels monetary to me and about, you know, physical security, third dimensional security. If you're that defensive with your own stuff and you hold the energy of defensiveness, you are automatically going to have defensive-ass conversations with people. And also, if you're busy isolating yourself because of money, and then people ask you, like, hey, what's going on? I haven't seen you. And you're like, I'm just making my money. Like, you know, like, I'm busy making my money. What do you mean? Like, or you don't give them the time of day. You know, that's a lose-lose situation because that's someone coming in to help you. Someone coming in to make you feel less alone. You know, it's kind of like you've been praying for, like, support. And then the support comes in and you're like, no, that's not what I asked for. I'm by myself. You know? And that goes back to this where I'm not going to call you guys like foolish, but like there's a little bit of a tone here of being blind to what is really in front of you, but also needing to walk off the cliff. You know, it's like you don't know what's in front of you because that's what the unknown is, but it's like if you tapped in intuitively, you would know what's in front of you in the sense that it's in your best interest to walk off the cliff. Your energy for this month, Capricorn, as it relates to your overall spiritual path and career. In your head, the 7 of Pentacles. In your heart, these two fell out together. We have Mr. Stoic, the Emperor, with the Temperance. And in your foundation, the Queen of Cups and the rune Fertility on the Queen of Cups. So overall, in your head and in your thoughts, Capricorn, this month, I think you're just waiting to see the fruits of your labor. I think that you're worried that you've kind of wasted most of this year. You know, it's like, have I been isolated for nothing? Or have I been putting in all this work at my job or at my, you know, in my relationships or, you know, whatever? Have I been doing this all for nothing? Because I don't see it yet. Because the 7 of Pentacles means you have to wait. But it also means you need to be patient. And then that's also what Temperance talks about, a serious need for patience. But overall, and this is similar, like I said, to what I was telling Sagittarius, there's a need to be aware of how you feel. Because with the Queen of Pentacles, or rather the Queen of Cups in your foundation with the rune Fertility, what's going to seed, right, fertilize these seeds, your mind, what's going to fertilize your mind for these seeds to grow is emotional awareness. Because the Queen of Cups is willing to reflect. The Queen of Cups is willing to not be logical. The Queen of Cups is willing to sit still and allow things to permeate her. For some of you, what might be motivating all this emotions is a Queen of Cups, sun or moon, or even rising, but I think sun or moon more so. I won't say Capricorn again, but that's obviously not true. Well, it could be. Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. Temperance is also the energy of Sagittarius, which is what I was talking about before. So somehow I think Sagittarius and Capricorn are a little tied. To be honest, you know, in the beginning I was talking about how I get like hate comments for certain signs. You and Sagittarius get the most. Cancer is number 3. That's about it, honestly. I don't know if y'all just been in a funk. So everyone's mad at you. But what's motivating you this month, or rather what is the foundation for everything that is getting pushed up to the surface, is this need to really tap in. Because, you know, the Cups cards that are here are a little misguided. You know, there's this need to be honest with yourself about how you feel so that you can continue on this path, because, you know, we're at a point on earth anyways, like, sorry to break it to you, where like the less, you know, the more out of alignment we are and less in tune with who we are on a spiritual level, the more chaotic life is going to get. Okay. So that's why I'm here in service, because I want everyone to realize that they create their reality through their inner world. So it's going to be hard for you, Capricorn, to draw in people that are emotionally aware and prepared to support you emotionally and prepared to create space for you to be vulnerable, if you are never vulnerable and honest with yourself and you have no idea even how you feel, or rather you don't want to express it. So there's this need to express it, because in your heart space with the Emperor in the Temperance, what I always notice about the Emperor is he has this heart on his shoulder that's upside down. So he's very stuck in his ways, and he very much is logical and stern and not about love and what motivates him on an emotional level. But with Temperance here, it's saying you need to temper that. For some of you, this may mean, you know, you may be the provider of a household, or, you know, for the men, like this is you as a father or a husband. And you need to remember, and this is, you know, I really for all Capricorns, like, you need to remember that being a provider, and this is like old paradigm, like divine masculine stuff, which we all have masculine within us. So this is a message as fuck, right? Like hashtag message right now. Being a provider is not enough for you. Never mind the people that you love. There's a need to temper that. You know, being this stoic, strong person that everyone in your family or everyone that you put into your fold, whether they know you're in your fold or not, is not enough for you. You deserve emotional fulfillment. You deserve to heal. You deserve to be supported on a mental and emotional level, but you have to allow it in, because Temperance also talks about alchemy and being willing to change and take what you have in front of you and just through focused intention morph into something that you need, right? So you've already put a lot of focus on your Emperor energy, on creating this very like strong, impermeable force. But Temperance talks about needing to take into consideration not only what is and what is tangible, but also how you feel and where, you know, everything flows. And to reach your destiny, right, this path, but with the crown at the end, to reach your divine destiny, one must be emotionally aware. Okay? And, you know, Capricorn is really the sea goat. Capricorn is really both water and earth. There's a need to embrace your water. Okay? What's interesting is Spirit's advice for you this month, I told you a bunch of extra cards were falling out, is the Seven of Cups, clarified by both the Three of Cups and the Hanged Man. So for some of you, I'm going to be straight up, you need to get your head out of the clouds, stop drinking, stop boozing, stop doing whatever that is addictive that you love to do. Stop it. Because it's clouding your judgment. Big time. Big time. Okay? For those of you that this resonates on a love romantic level, I think that you're stuck a little bit in a fantasy. I don't necessarily think that you're sleeping with two people or dabbling with two people, but there are two people on your mind. There are two scenarios on your mind. There's a third party situation entrenched in you on a mental and emotional level. But it doesn't feel emotional on like a deep love, like you like deeply love both of these people. But you have so many options in front of you and so many ways you could go about this next step, right? That there's a need to really take a step back and focus. Because the Seven of Cups talks about illusion and, you know, having your head in the clouds a little bit. By the way, the rune that was on Three of Cups was trust, and on the Hanged Man was commitment. So again, back to the love thing, like, you will always have, like, it's almost as if, like, you're like, oh, I have all these options, blah, blah, blah. But in reality, you know, like, the only reason you're dabbling in these options is because, like, you don't want to give in to trust. Because with trust on the Three of Cups is obviously, it can be third-party situations, but it's also about friendship and celebration. And the Hanged Man is on commitment, right? So it's like commitment has been placed on pause. Marriage, commitment, has been placed on pause because you or your partner is involved with two other people or cannot trust one, so they have more. And I know this sounds kind of weird, but Capricorns really do operate like this. Like, out of fear that like the person that they actually trust and love is going to reject them, they add in other people. And I know this seems silly, but, and you know I'm not coming at y'all. I love you guys. I love every sign, but I'm just being honest. So Spirit is saying, like, be real with yourself, okay? You have to trust your friends, too, with the trust rune on the Three of Cups. Like, your friends will be able to help you get your head out of the clouds, but again, you have to extend your hand because this, again, was the energy that's available to you, right? So if you're willing to let your friends help you and look at and you commit to looking at things differently, the Hanged Man, you admit to taking a step back from whatever this behavior is that you've been indulging in, this addictive behavior that kind of keeps you detached and aloof a little bit from how you actually feel, not from reality, but how you actually feel. You'll then, I think, be able to see what it is that has you so defensive. And though this conversation might not be easy with the Five of Swords, it needs to happen. Like, but don't fight it. You know, don't fight it, but just allow this all to come out to the surface. There's a need to, like, have a discussion. You know, this feels like, you know, somebody's going to be, you know, having a talk with somebody. The most likely outcome is the Hermit and Justice. And on Justice is the rune Home. So I think some Capricorns are involved, like I said, with a water sign and or a Virgo. Could be Sagittarius too. I'm not feeling Leo or Libra, even though those cards are here. I do think that there's 3 people involved in your life, Capricorn, or 2 other people that really are making you consider these things. For those of you that part resonates. With the Hermit in the outcome, first of all, there's a need to, again, be real with yourself, right? The Hermit digs deep within to understand what is going on. So there's a need to gain personal insight. The answers that you seek, even if friends are here to support you, whether you let them in or not, ultimately comes from yourself. And the reassurance that you're looking for at the end of the day, Capricorn, is given by self. Okay? And if you're dealing with a Virgo, especially one that's in your home, right? With the home rune, or one that you've been considering building a home with, or, you know, someone that makes you feel secure, or someone that could lay a foundation with you. With the Justice here, you know, I just want to say, like, all is fair in love and war type of situation. I'm not saying it's not going to work out, right, with the Fool, because the Fool, you know, wants new beginnings, but justice has to get paid, right? Those scales has to get levied. There needs to be, I almost said reckoning, which sounds so, like, dramatic. But even if you're not involved with a Virgo, even if you're just hermiting on yourself, right, you're just reflecting and really digging into what this delusional Seven of Cups energy is. Because when we dive into the Seven of Cups, what we typically realize is that none of them are really options except for one, or maybe 0. Like, a lot of times this is a clouding of ourselves of what if this, or what if that, or what if this. And it's like, in the meantime, while you're tantalizing yourself with all these what ifs, reality is happening and you're missing the boat, okay? So you need to reflect on what you really want and what it is that you're trying to gain, but know that the scales of justice always make the decision. So there's nothing kind of left for you to decide, Capricorn, besides getting to know yourself. Like, there's just a need to get to know yourself. Get to know yourself. What is it What is it that you're running from? What is it that you're icing out? What is it that you're trying to resist? And just know that Spirit is going to decide what happens next. And I know that seems very fated, but like the Justice card talks about just that. It talks about karmic justice. And, you know, the seeds that you've sown is what you will bear. Okay? And that's just how the world works, you know? But I really encourage you to allow yourself to feel and allow your emotions to be felt. And, you know, dare I say, you even share them with other people. Obviously, people you trust, right? 3 of Cups with the trust rune, friends. Taking a step back with friends and reflecting on these things that you have presented in front of you. You know, especially for those of you that are in a family scenario, there's definitely a need to, you know, if you have a child, whether you're involved with the mother or the father or not, those of you that have that family dynamic, there's a need to just assess what is happening, what is motivating you for that, and how you can commit to trusting yourself and therefore trusting others. Let me get you an affirmation for this month, Capricorn. Ooh, that's like 4. It's too many. Even though you guys probably need, you know, 4. We'll take that one. Ugh. So good. Love this affirmation, even though it's a little cheesy. Watch, Capricorns are all going to be like, that's so corny. Deep at the center of my being is an infinite well of love. Life is very simple. What I give out comes back to me. Today I choose to give love. It's exactly what we were talking about. If anyone has iced you out, for them to have given you that energy, you would have had to ice a part of yourself out first. Remember that all the love you have for yourself is all the love that you're going to find out in the world, okay? I love you guys. I will be back soon with your love reading for August. Peace.